What is up, Marvel Geeks, and welcome to the Geek Man Cave, and welcome to Infinity Week, a week full of Avengers content to get you hyped and ready for the biggest superhero movie of all time. 10 years in the making, guys, and a build-up of 18 movies to get us to the penultimate battle, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. So, Thanos is finally making his move as he attempts to gather the 6 Infinity Stones from across the galaxy to become the supreme ruler of all. But how is it going to go down, and how will it all end? So today, guys, I'm going to be looking at all the evidence to explain how Thanos will win. He will destroy the MCU as we know it. I'll be discussing major potential spoilers here, guys, in this video, and remember, this is all theory and speculation, and nothing has been confirmed. Or has it? Now, before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys, for weekly content on this channel, Marvel, Star Wars, custom collectibles, and many, many more. So, with that bit out of the way, let's jump back into the MCU in this theory. Now, from watching these films, we know the destructive power these stones possess. In multiple films, they have nearly destroyed entire civilizations and reality as we know it, with very little effort. And we all know that Thanos is going to get all 6 into that epic-looking glove of his. So, can the Avengers actually win? Can they take down that kind of power? For me, it's not going to end well for Earth's mightiest heroes. Well, not in the Infinity War, at least. I think we could potentially see some big character deaths, guys. But why, you say? Why build up these characters and then kill them off? For me, the answer is threat. Thanos is the ultimate villain. He's being pushed as the big bad villain. Cruel, powerful, and determined. We've had many MCU villains, but they haven't come across doing a lot. So Thanos really needs to bring his A-game. Thanos needs to take some names and wreak some major havoc. Otherwise, he could be the biggest letdown since the Fantastic Four movie. So let's say Thanos definitely gets those 6 Infinity Stones and he destroys the MCU as we know it. For me, I think many characters could die and hope will be lost. Earth will be maybe even enslaved by the Mad King, ruler of the universe, and there will be no one to stop him. We know from the comics this story is coming from the Infinity Gauntlet series, and in that Thanos does succeed, and the casualties are quite big. And recently in the 2013 comic series, The End, Thanos absorbs the universe, destroying everything we know. So this isn't the first time Marvel have let the villain destroy everything. And thus the Earth, no, the universe will need to be avenged. See what I did there? Avenged. Avengers. The Avengers will return in some shape or form in Avengers 4 to defeat Thanos and bring balance back to the MCU. So let's break down some of the evidence and things we already know. So let's first talk about the Infinity War trailers. Every trailer so far has shown Thanos taking control, starting with breaking the God of Thunder, casting him into space to be saved by the Guardians of the Galaxy. This makes you think, though, what happened to everyone else on the ship? Loki, Hulk, Heimdall, Valkyrie, and of course, we can't forget Korg. Who can forget Korg? We know Hulk crashes into Earth by Doctor Strange, and Loki gives up the Tesseract, but what happened to everyone else? For me, the only answer is death. Another day, another Doug. Starting the movie off with complete destruction would also show the audience Thanos means business. I think he will completely destroy Hulk, and that's why we see Banner looking really freaked out in these trailers. This could also leave Thor broken and lost, and why he's so desperate for the Guardians' help. He's lost everything. We also see the Avengers gathering at Wakanda for an almighty battle, which we know Thanos turns up to fight against Captain America. But why Wakanda? Now, at first I thought, maybe it's because the Soul Stone could be located at the heart of the Vibranium. That's what gives the Black Panther his strength. Much like the Mind Stone gave the Maximoff twins their powers. But it could be like Tony says, we have what Thanos wants. They have the Mind Stone and the Time Stone. In the Avengers' eyes, Wakanda makes the most sense to draw Thanos to, since we know from the Black Panther movie, Wakanda is a huge open savanna with the best tech on the planet, plus the best defenses. They even have rhinos, come on guys. But it could be like Tony says, we have what Thanos wants. Draw him in, bring him in. This would also make sense as the least amount of casualties would happen here. The battle will end with death, and many of the Avengers being completely broken. And for me, there's one character that is most likely going to die, and probably by Thanos' hands or self-sacrifice, and that for me would be Captain America. Captain America's death would be the catalyst that crushes the Avengers. It would break their hope and spirit and stop them fighting. That would give Thanos the victory, for now. So, pretty dark things to come, guys. Yep, still with me? It's going to get better, don't worry. So, we know that either before or after the Battle of Wakanda, Tony, Quill, Drax, Strange, and Spider-Man are all off-world fighting Thanos on planet Titan. Maybe the resting place of the Soul Stone, and maybe why the Avengers went there to get it before Thanos does. For me, this probably takes place before that big Wakanda battle, and the Wakanda battle is the ending battle. And maybe some of the characters such as Spider-Man, Iron Man, Drax, and Star-Lord that are there will also be fighting there as well. But this team also looks completely outmanned as Thanos beats down on Spider-Man and Iron Man, and we see Tony looking pretty heartbroken. So this just leaves Thor, who we know from the merchandise images that he gets a new weapon called Stormbreaker. FYI guys, check out my latest video on my channel. I show you how to create this bad boy to cosplay with for dirt cheap. Go check it out after this video. There'll be a link to it in this video description. Anyway, back to the theory. With Peter Dinklage confirmed as a new character as well, which is likely to be Eitri, the dwarven blacksmith, who with the help of Rocket and Groot helps to give Thor a chance against Thanos with Stormbreaker, but for me, I don't think this is going to be enough. So, how will this set up the next film? So, before we look at Avengers 4, let's look at the other two MCU movies coming out before Avengers 4. That's Ant-Man and Wasp and Captain Marvel. We also have an animated Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse animated movie, but we'll leave that one out. It's not really MCU. So the first thing to note about both these films is they take place before Infinity War. Ant-Man and Wasp takes place shortly after Civil War, and naturally the film is also expected to tie together countless Marvel plot threads. Also, the Russo brothers have said that the movie most connected to Infinity War is Ant-Man and Wasp. I'm guessing whatever happens in Ant-Man and Wasp leads up to Infinity War, and could explain why we haven't seen a lot of Ant-Man and maybe Hawkeye in the trailers. The other movie is Captain Marvel, which takes place during the 90s, where Captain Marvel fights off against a galactic enemy. These films are key to finding out what happened in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4. First, let's look at the plot for Ant-Man and Wasp. So like I said, Ant-Man and Wasp takes place after the events of Civil War. Scott is under house arrest and Hope is rocking the new Wasp suit. Both are on an urgent mission that links back to the original Wasp and the Quantum Realm. Remember the Quantum Realm? Don't worry, I've got a refresher for you. So basically, the first Ant-Man introduced viewers to the so-called Quantum Realm, a factual reality where all concepts of time and space became irrelevant. Hank had previously believed entering the Quantum Realm meant you would shrink down beyond subatomic size was instant death. He thought his wife Janet had died decades ago when she went subatomic to save them. To Pym's surprise though, Scott proved otherwise, successfully escaping the Quantum Realm in the finale of Ant-Man. This realm could have huge implications in Infinity War, as it could be a way to defeat Thanos. Not only that, but the Quantum Realm will also appear in Captain Marvel. Clearly the Quantum Realm is an important part of the MCU, and it's particularly important to note that the mysterious plane of existence will be appearing in both the films set between Infinity War and Avengers 4. So the Quantum Realm is going to be a big thing. The other thing that's driving me mad about both of these films is they both take place before Infinity War, so like I said, where is Ant-Man and Wasp in the trailers and poster? And for that matter, where has Captain Marvel been hiding all these years? So, what does this mean? For me, Avengers 4 is setting up for two possibilities. We're looking at either time travel and multiverse. Both have strong links in the MCU already, with the quantum realm a possible way to travel to different dimensions, and multiverses and time travel was a huge part of Doctor Strange. So let's say Thanos wins, causes huge universal destruction, lots of characters die, we're all sad, we're all heartbroken. The only hope for the Avengers is to avenge their fallen heroes. What if during the end of the film a few heroes manage to be sent back, maybe travel back in time, or to a different dimension to bring new heroes, or even change time? So why am I jumping to these ideas? Well guys, spoilers! Check out these images from the set of Avengers 4. As we know, Avengers 4 has been filmed already. These images that appeared on Reddit show Iron Man, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Banner in his Hulk kind of green screen stuff, and Captain America in a battle. But Geek, you said Captain America would die. Yes, I did. But look at Captain America. He seems to be wearing his Avengers Assemble uniform. Also, check out this image, another image of Thor and Iron Man wearing their respective uniforms from Avengers Assemble. The other thing to note is those strange devices on their arms. These devices have been seen in the comics before. Not exactly the same, but things similar to them. As in the Superior Spider-Man comic, where Spider-Man travels back in time, and of course the Exiles comic series, who travel to different multiverses and dimensions to change things. Also, we know from the Spider-Man Homecoming build-up that Kevin Feige, I can never say his name, Feige or Feige, has hinted at possible multiverse concepts in the MCU too. These images point to the idea that these characters have either traveled back in time or are in a different dimension to either, like I said, get help or change the past. Either of these would give the Avengers time to figure out how to stop Thanos, change the course of history, or maybe find some help, much like they did with Days of Future Past. Now, let's say it's the multiverse theory. What if, to beat Thanos, they get heroes from different multiverses from the MCU? Let's think about that for a second. That could bring back characters that have died, such as Quicksilver or Odin or any other characters that died. Or anyone that died in Infinity War. But for me, it opens a much more epic door for a one-time only ticket. The X-Men. Yes, with Disney now owning the rights to Fox, we could see the likes of Professor X, Magneto, Deadpool, Cyclops, the Silver Surfer, and of course, guys, Wolverine, Logan himself. Could you imagine? I don't even think Hugh Jackman could say no to that. We could even see other characters such as Daredevil and the Defenders joining the fight from the Netflix series. Not that they're going to be a massive help, but it would be cool. This could be a way of Disney being able to top the hype for Infinity War. Because, come on guys, Infinity War is going to break some records. So, the next movie needs to be even bigger. Well, whatever they do, for me, Infinity War needs to be dark. The last two big MCU movies besides Black Panther were Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Thor Ragnarok, both much lighter films. So for me, Infinity War needs to be dark. Yes, I understand we need the comedy element, especially with the Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord. That is their characters, and I think they will bring that element. There will also be little pits, and I think the beginning of this movie will show a lot of comedy. However, I think during the middle section and the end, this film will get dark. It will be, oh my days, how are they going to win when you're walking out of the cinema kind of thing. Or I could be wrong. Like I said, whatever they do, for me, Infinity War needs to end on a bit of a cliffhanger with no way of defeating Thanos. Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and Wasp movies then will maybe explain that cliffhanger a bit more. Maybe, like I said, Ant-Man or Doctor Strange could do something to transport Spider-Man and Tony to another dimension, and then through the quantum realm they just turn up, and then that's explained more in Ant-Man and Captain Marvel. One final thing I want to add is that recently the Russo brothers claimed that there was something in Civil War that will play a huge part in Avengers 4. Now guys, I have recently been watching all of the movies back to back, and I've rewatched Civil War 3 times since doing this video. And there's something I found quite interesting. During Civil War, the only thing I can think of that would link into Avengers 4 is Stark's presentation. Stark is first seen presenting a new piece of tech to students called BARF, B-A-R-F. And it relies on an installed on a pair of glasses that basically connects with the user's hippocampus, allowing it to find a certain traumatic memory and alter it before projecting that memory onto an external infrastructure. Basically, through altered projection, the user is able to successfully re-experience and hopefully work through overcoming traumatic experiences. Basically, you look back in your memories and you can see if you can fix them and alter what they would be like. So what does this have to do with Avengers 4? Well, the device allows a user to visit memories, the past, and change them to reevaluate and re-experience those moments. I know only visually, as for a visual kind of art, but what if you combine that power with maybe an Infinity Stone? What if they are revisiting past events to find a weakness to defeat Thanos, or the device allows them to actually change those experiences directly or share a single memory like Avengers Assemble, and that's what we're seeing. Whatever happens, I think the Infinity War will change the MCU forever. With many actors and actresses leaving after Avengers 4, so a fresh start needs to happen. So maybe a new dimension and a new multiverse for the MCU could happen. But what do you think? Comment below what you think is going to happen in Avengers Infinity War. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more marvelous content every week. I hope you have an amazing day, Marvel Geeks, and remember, it's your cave, your rules, and I'll see you next time.